We should start this episode with festive jingle bell music instead of the.
We'll just add bells.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to Cole and Noah, our friends. Reminding you that this episode is sponsored by Noah Vance. Noah Vance's deal of the week is if you go to any Chuck E. Cheese location and you say that Noah Vance sent you, they'll tell you to leave. But if you go
They'll
to
kick you out. Get that guy out of here.
Any KFC location and you say that Noah Vance sent you, they will give you one free Famous Bowl and a $5 voucher to an instant Valvoline oil change.
Valvoline? Whoa.
Yep, it's a type of oil. So again, don't go to Chuck E. Cheese. They'll just send you away. Noah's trying to open his own Chuck E. Cheese themed style thing. That's why they know he's a direct competitor with Charles Entertainment Cheese. So can't do that.
I forgot that was his name.
So
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Noah Vance's Pizza Emporium is coming soon. Probably Q3 of 2025, if I had to guess.
Maybe we can get him. We should get a soundbite of his. I'd like to be sponsored by Noah's Pizza Emporium. Actually, I would not mind.
Q3 2025 is when Noah's Pizza Emporium will open. Noah Vance, sorry, not my own.
Yeah,
I'm not
this
getting into
Noah.
Pizza game
Would
yet.
you be an investor if Noah was looking for investors? Would you be interested in Noah and Noah's Pizza Emporium?
If I had enough capital to do so by Q3 of 2025, then sure, why not?
Hey, if you want to see Noah and Noah's Pizza Emporium come to life.
Or if Cole wants to invest, and then it'd be Cole and Noah and Noah.
Cole and Noah and Noah.
It's Pizza Emporium.
I like Noah and Cole and Noah.
Or it could just be Noel.
How would you combine all those? Yeah.
Noel. Or Noel.
Welcome to No Noels.
Or it would just be one of Charity's daughters, Nola.
True. Well, yeah, that would work too. Many options here.
Many options. Anyways, Q3 2025. But if you go to KFC and say Noah Vance sent you, they'll give you a free chicken bowl and a $5 voucher to get an instant Valvoline oil change.
I really wouldn't mind if somebody actually tried this and then tell us what happened. And if you can get it on video, that'd be even better. So,
Cole, I have 10 things for you to rank.
Okay,
right now.
First, wait. First, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
This the day after Thanksgiving.
It's coming out today. I'm going to post it like hours from now.
Yesterday at my family Thanksgiving.
Yes.
My mom, who now listens to the podcast as well, said, "No, are you going to eat any ham?" And I said, "No, I'm not," because she knows I hate ham.
Yes.
And guess how much ham I ate yesterday? None. Not a single dollop. You know how much turkey I consumed? So much. You know how many mashed potatoes I consumed? So much.
I'm glad you know who you are.
We have this dish called cornaroni, also very good.
Is it corn macaroni?
Basically, it's macaroni and cheese with corn in it. It's delicious.
That's actually good.
Yeah, I at one point on my plate had 3 corn-based dishes. I had cornbread, cornaroni, and then just corn. So, but no ham.
Corn in its
turkey was dry sometimes, but oh my gosh, so good, so very good, so very good.
I had everything. I had ham. I had turkey. I had deviled eggs. I had cranberry something or other, mashed potatoes and gravy and stuffing, all kinds of stuff. So
mashed potatoes are so good.
They're goated. They're the best. Kylie's aunt. So we go to Kylie's aunts and uncles for Thanksgiving because they live out in Valley and they've got a really, really nice house that's mega spacious. And so they host a ton of people for Thanksgiving. And it's a great time. There's a ton of kids. Everybody's running around. It's a lot of fun. So I always look forward to the people. The people are fun. And then we came home and everybody was exhausted. And
oh my gosh.
I'll tell you what, because yesterday was Thanksgiving. I didn't hit a low as a father, but I definitely felt low as a father.
You didn't hit a low.
I didn't hit a low, but I got home and I was like, I don't want to be the kind of dad that comes home from work and then just shuts the door and hides in the bedroom all evening.
But yesterday was a
But I get it. I understand. I didn't do it. I was still giving the kids my absolute best. But at one point, Kylie stepped in and she was like, "Hey, how about you hold the baby that requires nothing of you? And I'll take care of these 2 children." So God bless my wife. I love her.
God bless my wife.
God bless
Everyone.
my wife. Everyone.
Sorry, I'm compiling my list of things for you to rank.
That's
just
fine.
Top of my head.
That's fine. I can ramble for a bit while you compile things.
No, we can
I have a list of things also, not to rank. I have things I wanted to follow up on. Last episode, we made some comments and sort of predictions about the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight.
Oh, yeah.
And then I watched it.
Yeah. Well, you tried to watch it.
I successfully watched most of it.
Really?
Past the buffering.
Oh, I couldn't.
Did you give up?
Yeah, I couldn't handle the buffering. I was like, I'm going to go to bed. I don't care this much.
I cared. Well, I didn't care that much. I was just, I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to see it so bad, but I did. I enjoyed I didn't realize how a fight works when they're like, hey, fight starts at 7. That really means, okay, we've got like 3 fights first, and then all the actual fight won't happen until like
an
11.
undercard and all that jazz. And then there's all the rigmarole in between that just takes so long.
Forever. Which I didn't mind. It was fun. They had a couple cool fights beforehand that were neat. The 2 girls that were fighting.
Yeah, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor.
That was nuts. That was the fight.
She took a headbutt, cut her eye open. Amanda Serrano, that was wild. Also, Katie Taylor walked out to Awake My Soul by Hillsong.
I saw that, and I thought, oh, I don't know this girl, but maybe I'll root for her. And then she just kept leaning her forehead in the whole fight, and I was like, I don't really like that. That feels
somebody
bad.
said that's like a very Irish thing. Like that's a very like Irish boxing thing.
I remember them saying that. I remember the announcers, one of the commentators, announcer guys was like, she's just leading with the head. That's not really a problem. But then, her opponent and their coaches were like, she's a dirty fighter. And then the ref at one point took a point away because of it, but wasn't regularly doing it. So I don't know. I don't know the rules about boxing anyways. I was like, watch people throw punches. So fun. What a great time.
Cole, are you ready to rank this list?
I'm ready.
Do you want me to start at the top or the bottom?
Let's start at the top. We did bottom last time.
Christmas music.
Christmas
1 through
music. 1 through 10. I'll give it a 4. It's a 4.
Okay.
I like it most of the time.
Yep.
Seasons matter.
Christmas trees.
Real or fake?
Both. This is just all encompassing. This is when you see a Christmas tree, whether it be real, whether it be fake.
I'm sorry, Frank. 6.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If it was a real tree, 10.
Oh.
I hate real trees.
Yeah, real trees are pretty bad.
I hate real Christmas trees. I like real trees. Trees are great.
No.
I love trees.
I think you should specify. Real Christmas trees are really cool to look at if they're not in your house.
Yes.
If they're in your house, they are that's a plague.
Bro,
that's a modern day plague.
The sap and the needles everywhere. And then you got to get the thing out.
That's like glitter, but it's painful glitter.
God bless the families that care enough to go do it and get your own tree. It's an adventure.
We used to every year, my
and
family.
A pain.
Elf on a Shelf.
9.
I'm not super fond of it all the time. However, I will say my kids love it, and seeing my daughter freak out every morning when she wakes up to hunt it down is hilarious. Christmas lights.
2. I'll give it a 2. I like.
All right,
Christmas lights.
you may feel like this ties into number 1.
Excuse me.
But there's a difference.
Okay.
And there's not a difference, but it's a phenomena. The song "All I Want for Christmas Is You."
Let's. Ooh.
You have 4, 6, 9, and 2.
I already gave it 3.
No, 4, 6, 9, and 2.
Oh, I've given 4, 6, 9.
Yes.
Let's put it at 3.
Okay.
It's excellent, but it's overplayed.
Kids' Christmas programs.
Okay. Ooh, I gotta answer this wisely.
Yep. Because it is sweet seeing your children up there.
Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 are taken.
But boy, oh boy, do those tend to drag.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
It's a 5 for me.
That's safe. Tinsel.
I don't know why, but that's a 1. I love tinsel.
Wow.
I don't know, dude.
That is an unexpected turn.
I don't know.
I did not expect to happen. So just for the record, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what's left? 6 and 9. So you have
7,
10.
8, and 10?
Yeah, you have 7, 8, and 10.
Oh no.
Home Alone 2.
That's not fair. Gosh dang it. We'll put it at 7.
Ornaments. Of all kinds.
Of all kinds?
Mm-hmm.
8. I'm so sorry.
Man, this last one, maybe you don't like this last thing. Hot chocolate.
Oh man, it's not 10. I made homemade hot chocolate for my kids the other day. Because I have a story, but
Are you a
it's
big
the
hot
last of the
chocolate
list.
fan?
And normally I'm not. Actually, most of the time I'd be a 10. I don't like hot chocolate very often.
Wow, okay.
I don't like the packeted hot chocolate.
Oh,
It's always the wrong kind of sweet, and it just feels fake. And
You know where has really good hot chocolate? Panera. I used to go there
Really?
like every day after school in high school because I didn't have my senior year. I didn't have a 6th hour, so I would just drive to Panera, and usually I was waiting for drama practice or show choir or something, or to like pick up Taryn, and so I had
Did you know you can burn milk?
No.
Yeah, you can burn milk. Did you know this? You can burn milk. I didn't know this until yesterday or 2 days ago. Here's how this works. Okay, we were playing outside. I'm trying to give my kids the best of me that I got. It's cold out. Because I love Christmas lights, bought 6 strands of Christmas lights and strung them around our trampoline. So it gets dark fast. We plug the lights in. It's Christmas trampoline, and we've been doing that every night, and it's a blast. But it's cold, so we came inside, and I was like, hey, we got an hour before bedtime. What if we had hot chocolate? And I bet I can make you homemade hot chocolate. I'm sure it's just like cocoa powder and maybe hot water and maybe some chocolate chips. And I found a recipe that was all that, except it's with milk, and you bring the milk to a simmer. So I put 2 cups of milk in the saucepan, and I turn the heat on, and I'm waiting for it to simmer. And I'm like, this is taking forever. I don't understand why this is taking forever.
Burnt it.
The bottom layer is like burning and sticking to the pan. I had no idea. So I'm like,
hot cheese.
Where basically, yeah. So then I put all the stuff in because I'm like, it's simmer-ish. This should be simmering. I know how long it takes, like a decent, I know how long water takes to simmer on my stove. This is taking forever. So I just start putting stuff in. It's not really doing anything, but I'm stirring it lightly. And then as I stir it lightly, I must have peeled some of the layer off the bottom because then all hell broke loose. And my kids are next to me and they're trying to help. And all of a sudden the saucepan's just and it starts shooting out of the top of the saucepan. I was like, get back, everybody.
Stand back.
It's Mount
about to blow.
Vesuvius.
That reminds me of The Grinch.
Which
the
one?
Jim Carrey one.
Okay, I need
He's
you.
like, it's about to blow, and he runs away from the really tiny car, and it's a massive explosion. Yeah,
Gigantic.
Are you gonna ask me which one I prefer between the 2000 whatever it was and the 2018
There are
one?
3 Grinches.
The
Please
animated
order
one
them.
I could take or leave. I don't really care about old animation.
Okay.
The new one I haven't really watched. It's pretty good. I've watched it somewhat with my kids.
Okay.
But to me, I love the Jim Carrey Grinch. It is
Same.
just the most iconic. I saw it in theaters with my brother when my 2 front teeth were coming in. And shocking as it may be, because I have such a large dome now, my head was smaller when I was a kid, but my teeth came in the same size they are now. Obviously, that's what adult teeth do.
Yeah.
But it looked disproportionate to my head, so my brother called me Noah Luhu right around the same time that the movie came out. So it wasn't a term of endearment.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I love that movie. I watch it every year with my kids. I love the Jim Carrey Grinch. There's just so many quotes where he's like,
it's hilarious.
It's like a meeting with self-loathing. I can't keep canceling. He's like, I can't keep canceling. All right, I'm going. And then the improv of him ripping off the tablecloth, but he actually did that for real, and it wasn't supposed to be.
I didn't know that.
And then he clears off the table as improv. That's Steven reminded me of that the other day when we were decorating.
Wait,
Midtown.
so when he rips the tablecloth off,
I think he was supposed to mess it up, but he did it, and it just happened.
And then he walks away, but then he comes back and
wrecks
screws
it because it was supposed to mess up. I think it was improv.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I agree. I love that movie. It's hilarious. My family, my dad loves that movie. But Kylie's not a big fan of the Jim Carrey one because she thinks it looks creepy. And it does. It looks creepy, but that's part of the humor of it. So I agree with you.
Yeah, the tablecloth trick was not supposed to happen in the 2000 movie, how the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim Carrey just improvised. So
Jim Carrey is hilarious, but crazy. That guy's crazy.
Cole, I have another segment for you.
Bring it on. Let's go.
And this is just something that I love. So I'm going to read you. Tomorrow night is WWE Survivor Series.
Okay.
2024. And last year at Survivor Series marked the return of my favorite wrestler of all time, CM Punk. And it was electric. And I still watch the video and I'll get goosebumps about it. Because in 2014, CM Punk walked out of the WWE. Okay? Left the WWE. never showed
I'm
up.
out of here.
Yep, left because of creative differences. Then went on a warpath, talking poorly about them. WWE actually sent him his termination letter on his wedding day.
Oof.
He swore, like, it was like one of those moments where it's like he'll never come back. Never even may come back to wrestling. He returns to this company called AEW in 2021. Sets the internet world, like the wrestling world, on fire because it's his first time back to wrestling in 7 years. Then he has a pretty tumultuous run in AEW. He leaves AEW in August of 2023 after a backstage argument with something. So then there's rumors that CM Punk is going to return to the WWE, and the announcers are dropping little plugs. They're referencing little things he's referenced in promos in the past, or like quotes or catchphrases of his, or saying things like the best in the world. That was his thing. He's like, I'm the best in the world.
Yeah.
Was like a thing. Making all these references. So people are like, CM Punk's going to return at a Survivor Series at War Games. He's going to return. They sell out this arena and keep adding seats off of a chance that CM Punk is going to be there.
Wow.
Off of a chance.
Yeah.
There's rumors coming out. CM Punk signed this deal with the WWE. Actually, none of it's true. CM Punk and WWE have not even spoken to each other. So there's all this stuff. Is it going to happen? Will it, won't it? Will it, won't it?
Yep.
End of the show happens. The final match happens. They are zooming out on the War Games cages. And the dead giveaway for how you know a show's ending is you get the little rights reserved things of the logo. So it says rights reserved WWE, and it goes through all the mini credits right there in the bottom left corner.
Yep.
And the announcer's like, what a great night here in Chicago. What a great night here at Survivor Series. And then like they're zooming out, and they're in CM Punk's home city of Chicago. Yeah. He's from Chicago, Illinois. They sell out this arena. They're panning out. And then the intro of his music hits, and the place erupts. And it is surreal. I don't freak out at wrestling things. I got out of my seat and was losing my mind. Like, I was almost in tears because this is the first time this man has been in the WWE in a decade.
Yeah.
In a place it looked like he would never come back to. And under the ownership of a guy named Triple H, who he disrespected in this infamous promo in 2011. Sorry, so much nerd lore.
You're teaching me a lot about things I don't know.
This is storytelling. 2011, he's like, I'd love to think that this company is going to be in better hands once Vince McMahon passes away, but really it's going to be in the hands of his doofus son-in-law, which is Triple H. And now he's like under Triple H, and he's all this stuff. Crazy. So last year, it was insanity that he returned. Super awesome. All that being said, Survivor Series is happening tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow night.
Will he be there?
Yeah, he's in a match.
Okay.
So here is the match card, and you just have to predict who you think is going to win, and knowing nothing else.
Excellent. I know nothing but the names.
Okay, here we go. Mainly because my friend Isaac, who's watching this with me tomorrow, is going to be watching, and he'll be
excellent.
He'll be curious to hear your picks based off nothing. Okay,
I'll give it my best shot.
I don't know if this
Isaac.
is the running order, but this is where we're going to start. So the World Heavyweight Championship match is between Gunther and Damian Priest. Who do you have between those two?
Oh, it's Gunther all the way.
Okay,
all
that's
the way.
Actually a pretty safe pick. Gunther has the longest reign with a different title, the Intercontinental Championship. He has the longest reign in all of WWE.
Dude, if you ever had to fight somebody who is named Gunther or any other name that sounds kind of like you're probably not from where I'm from and we're fighting.
I need to show you some Gunther highlights because he's known for his chops, and there's a picture online where he's chopping this dude's chest, and it's this reverberation of the man's skin and chest caving. It's bad. Next up, we have a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser. I like the name. Say the names again.
Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Sheamus.
Okay.
And Ludwig Kaiser.
I'm gonna say Sheamus. I know nothing about this guy. I'm gonna say Sheamus, and I'm getting like this dude grew up in a trailer park kind of a vibe, and you don't want to mess with him because he wrestled.
He's
coyotes.
known as the Celtic Warrior.
Dang it! Do they have trailer parks in
maybe? Who knows? Next up, the United States Championship match between LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura.
LA Knight.
Okay.
That's my pick.
So far, you have Gunther, Sheamus, LA Knight.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Next up, the Women's War Games match.
This is how you're going to get me into WWE. You're doing it.
No, it's the storylines. It's the storylines. I got to draw you in.
He's drawing me in.
You're a story guy. If I show you the CM Punk thing, you'll lose your mind. Trust me. Maybe you won't, but I will again. Okay. Women's War Game match.
Okay.
You have the team of Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, and Tiffany Stratton.
Okay.
Versus the team of Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Bailey, and Naomi. Women's War Games. If you had to pick, so I'll just put it this way: it's Team Liv or Team Rhea.
Let's do the Team 2. Team Rhea?
Team Rhea? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the match
Feeling
that's
good
been
about
building.
them.
We have the new Bloodline versus the original Bloodline. The Bloodline is the Samoan dynasty in wrestling. So basically, there's a ton of Samoans in the WWE, and they're all related to The Rock, basically. The Rock's family.
Like literally related?
Yeah, they're literally almost all of them except for a couple in here. I don't know if they're direct relations, but you can see they're like bloodline. They're like
that's cool.
Related to The Rock and his family.
They're the Pebbles.
The Anawais.
Got it.
Samoans. So you have Team 1, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and the Usos versus the new bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. So you either have Team Roman or Team Solo.
What? Okay, are these both teams are related to The Rock, or
so not CM Punk and not Sami Zayn.
Yep.
And not Bronson Reed, but Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa are all related to The Rock.
Bro, I just love those names. I picked them.
Team Solo.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think you may have picked, minus Sheamus. Sheamus is the only one I don't see winning.
Sure.
You may have picked the right answers in all of these.
Let's go.
So
Is there a WWE Fantasy League, and can I make money?
I think they might be on DraftKings.
Oh, okay.
But I've never seen how that works.
Not that I'm encouraging gambling, but
yeah. No, we're not encouraging gambling. I'm just kidding.
I don't encourage
gambling.
gambling.
So Cole is picking Team
gamble.
Solo, Team
Don't gamble.
Rhea. Now I'm going to text you about this.
Please do. I might have to follow up on this.
LA Knight. Then you're picking Sheamus. And then you're picking, if you go 5 for 5,
Sheamus better win, dude.
Insanity.
He better win.
All right, there. I just sent you your picks.
Thank you.
We will see.
Thank you very much.
Sorry to get on the wrestling tangent. That's just.
No, this is good. I like to learn things, and you like wrestling. That's what makes us such good friends.
That was a callback from a couple years ago when Cole had the Star Wars episodes. He had his own trilogy.
I did. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So a couple things I want
to
follow up on. I watched Arcane.
Okay.
I watched all of season 2 of Arcane. I'd love to talk about that a little bit, and why I think you might enjoy it. But
21 Pilots has a song for that.
They do, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is artistically a beautiful series.
It looks really cool.
It is so well animated. There are times where the way they decide to tell the next part of the story is just different. And I appreciate it. It's like, oh, that's it. So like there's one bit in, this won't spoil much, but in season 2, there's basically like, now what happens now that some powerful people have died and you have a power vacuum in like the Undercity, essentially. How do we tell the story of these different mob bosses and drug dealers and whatnot struggling to vie for control in the city and some of them being eliminated? What I would expect is like, I don't know, the next 20, 30 minutes is like some scenes of them fighting and somebody assassins somebody else or assassinates, whatever.
When does this take place?
When does it take place?
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes place in a different, like, it's basically like a fantasy world. So it's not even like in the 19 or 1800s. It's like a completely different world. I couldn't give you a timeline.
Like are there cars?
No, actually, are there?
I guess you describing like drug dealers makes me think like cars.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
so
just
no,
like
not quite that vibe. It's more like imagine steampunk.
Okay.
Imagine steampunk meets high fantasy a little bit. And that's a lot of season 1. A lot of season 1 is them going, hey, we have this really awesome city. Ooh, but what if we figured out how to mix science with magic?
Okay.
And what happens there? And season 2 is a lot of exploring that too. What are the after effects of that? But anyways, the whole point in me, I'm not going to ramble a ton about it, but they found ways to tell story bits. And the one that caught my attention the most at first was early in season 2. They basically have like a music video very creatively explaining, without explaining, but just showing you like, oh, we're seeing what happens in the power vacuum, and they're moving the story along quickly, but in a way that makes sense with a music video, not with like and now this guy kills that guy, and now that person goes here. Like there's some of that afterwards, but it was just really, really cool. It's hard for me to explain in a way that I think would make someone want to watch it.
Interesting.
Other than if I just showed it to you, but it is a beautiful show.
Yeah.
As far as my like how I would rank it, season 2 was good, not quite as good as season 1, and I think it didn't end in a very satisfying way. The way it ended was a bit frustrating, and I won't spoil it. It's still fresh.
Yeah.
So, go watch it if you like Arcane or if you're into League of Legends. Just forewarning, it's a very mature show.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of violence and there's some sexuality stuff in it, and just be aware.
There's a show I just started watching that I need to get more into it. I fell asleep during episode 2 last night. That's not a shining whatever. It was Thanksgiving. Sure. I was tired.
Yeah.
So I started watching it, and it's fascinating. It's a show called Interior Chinatown. And it's on Hulu. I think the first season's all the way out on Hulu. And basically, so when people are writing scripts for movies, if you look up like the scripts of movies, where they start, they'll always like where their location. They'll say interior INT Gotham City or Chinatown in this case.
Sure.
So this show is all about this guy who's like talking, and he's like, man, have you ever seen one of those crime procedurals? He's like, I want to be a witness. He's like, I want to be a guy who finds the dead body. And his friend's like, what? And so then it goes into this thing where he sees something happen.
Sure.
And then he goes out to like chase after it, and it's like this limousine just drove away, and then he goes out there and it's like gone. And so then you start to go more and more. And there's a TV show they watch. It's like Law and Order, but it's called like Black and White. Black and White ICU, Impossible Crimes Unit. And that world of like this TV show.
Yeah.
In his world is like the real world, but he never goes outside of this one area.
Sure.
And the TV show is happening in his world, but it's not like there's a movie set. So like he'll be in the middle of a scene, and then that scene will wrap up, and then the lighting will change everywhere. And like where he's at, people will just like disappear.
Interesting.
And so it's like he's in this TV show, but he's not supposed to be there. So his whole thing is he's like, I want to be the main character of like my own world. He's like, my brother was really into Kung Fu and he was really good at it, and he went missing. And he's like, so now I'm never going to get to be that guy.
Yeah.
And so then he starts talking to this police officer who's in the TV show. And last night you found out in the episode, she's like, this is my first time being a cop. When she's like investigating something, he's like, first time being a cop. And he's like, yeah, last week I was like a nurse's assistant. And then before that I was a bar back. And whenever I'm done, I just get told I'm done. And then I move on to the next thing. And it's like, she doesn't, I think, realize she's in a TV show, and he's trying to be in her TV show. So she's like, we need to go into this police station, and you need to look at these documents. And anytime he tries to go in the door shuts, a gate comes down, he trips, and he can't ever go in. And this janitor who's outside, he's like, hey, can you let me in? He's like, you're not supposed to be in there. And then he's like, can you just let me in? He's like, every time I try to go there, the door shuts. And he's like, that's because you're not supposed to be in there. And it's like this whole thing.
That's
and
trippy.
it's just 2 episodes in. It's a really like mind messing show. It's like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah.
But it's pretty good so far. And stylistically, it's a cool shot. And it's an interesting story. It's like new.
That reminds me of, like, did you ever watch The Truman Show? It's a movie.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
I've never seen it. I've heard about it. I know
it's really good. And it sounds Truman Show-esque. Is it Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell when he's
he's like the writer.
He's the character, and the writer is writing his story, and he can hear her narrating. That one was really cool. I like stuff like that. That's just like kind of off the wall.
On Hulu, so
I'll have to check
Hulu,
it
Disney
out.
Plus, whatever.
Check it out.
And then I have one other thing before you follow up on more of your notes.
Great.
I told you about this on the way here.
Yes.
Because I told Cole there's a new place that we should go to called it's Hot Pot. Hot Pot 88. Anyways, there is a city in China that if you have TikTok, you will have seen it. And I need you to know that this is
the name, and this is how it's pronounced.
This is the name of this place in China.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the name. Just going to say that again. And then I'll tell you about the city. The name of the city in China is Chongqing.
Yes.
Okay? Now I'm going to play this so you know I'm serious.
Chongqing.
Chongqing. Okay? One more time.
Chongqing.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna play a video.
Chongqing.
Okay. Just so you all know.
Keeps playing.
Now this city it's huge for one. It's very expensive to get to, but it's called like it's a lot of people call it like the cyberpunk city because once it hits nighttime, like this is what one of the places looks like at night. Like look at that.
Whoa, that's crazy.
None of you will be able to see this.
Send me that picture. I'll edit it in so people can see
like
it.
this is one of the most famous ones.
That's crazy.
Is like that. And there's a video I watched the other night, and I'll show you off air. But
yeah,
they like this guy went and explored that city because it's like unheard of, and then it just popped off on TikTok. Like it's a very mountainous city, so like you'll be walking on ground level, city streets, cars, driving the whole 9 yards, and then you're like, oh, I'm on the ground, and then you'll go over and look, and it's actually like 22 floors up. And then
that's crazy.
There's all kinds of different spots like that. Like you go somewhere and you're like, I'm on the ground now, and then you go look and you're like, no, I'm not. So there's like entire shopping malls that are huge and skyscrapers that are huge that start on like the 15th, what would be a floor or something. So pretty crazy.
That's crazy. Like some of the places in the East that just have so many people and the way they have built infrastructure to handle that. I was talking to Mike Hintz because him and Drake went to Japan.
Yes.
And he was telling a few of us what it was like to be on the subway in Japan, or basically like their version of a subway. In Tokyo, he was in Tokyo. They've got like 3 or 4 times as many people in Tokyo as they do in New York, and yet everything is clean.
Yeah.
There, and I guess on the like trains, everything's quiet. Like I guess they have signs up for tourists, for Americans really, that say, "Hey, don't be chatting on your phone. It's rude. It's impolite." So everybody's there and they're packed in, but nobody's like, doing business calls or talking to whoever. Like it is, I would describe it as peaceful from what it sounded like to me. Cause he said it was just quiet. Like people aren't all making a bunch of noise. And they clean up all the time. So it doesn't look like a big mess. And
I know they have their issues, but I think it's a very honor-based community as well.
Very much so. That's what I've heard. I want to go to Japan so bad.
Bad.
I want to go to Japan.
Guys, share our podcast around so it pops off. So then Cole and
Please
I can go do.
send
Cole
us
and
to
our
Japan.
friends in Japan.
Tell you what, if we ever make enough money off of this podcast that we can go to Japan, we'll take somebody with us. That's what we'll do.
I feel like it has to be Daniel Hansen.
I don't know. There's Daniel or Noah or Kyle. Kyle's.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Or Steven.
Or Steven. We got a lot of people.
Lincoln Hall, Tim Hall's son, just started listening to our podcast, and I think he started at the beginning. So he messaged me the other day and he said, "How much would it cost to edit out Steven's name, but with bird noises?" Like animal noises. And I said, "I'm so sorry, Lincoln. We don't do that anymore."
You turned away money? No.
Yeah.
No.
But he started listening to our podcast.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he's very into it. Which is great. So again, another person listening to it. It's just so funny to me.
Somebody commented on YouTube, actually. Or was it Spotify? I can't remember. Somebody, I didn't recognize the username. Maybe you recognize the username, but like I have no idea who they are. And they literally just said, "I really enjoy your podcast. I hope you guys like succeed," basically. Yeah. I was like, cool. Thanks, dude.
I feel like that wouldn't be somebody we know.
I know. It's weird.
Said something. Unless maybe it's Lincoln.
Maybe it is Lincoln.
That'd be awesome.
Could be.
Cole, what are your other notes you want to follow up on?
All right, so I brought something. I've been talking about it.
I've seen it this whole time, and I
haven't wanted
to see it.
Close your eyes. If you're watching, stop watching. Just close your eyes for a second. 10 seconds. Welcome to Cole's ASMR podcast. Let me just give you some noises. You ready?
You brought 2?
This one doesn't shake anymore. Okay, you can open your eyes. All right, this is, these are smelling salts, and these are, let's see, how zoomed in are we? Not very zoomed in. Let me explain these real quick. This gigantic
that one's called
bottle, this one is called You may or may not have seen it on the Joe Rogan podcast. This one is just called Zone Smelling Salts. It's a tiny one. You can get both of these on Amazon. I have these because Drake Hintz bought them for me and wanted to test it during a game night. And boy, did we. And it was a lot of fun. This was like a year ago. I have not opened them since. I do not know if they still work. and I wanted
It's just
to try
ammonia.
that. It's.
That's why Cole can smell it without having a sense of smell.
Speaking of smell, did you know? Probably not, because you wouldn't know this. But I told Sean Keith that I don't have a sense of smell, and he goes, "Wait, like ever?" And so I went through the whole rigmarole that I do with everybody who's like, "Wait, you can't smell it? Does that mean you can't taste? But like, did you lose it with COVID?" And the whole like, no, I can taste. I was born this way. Blah 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 blah.
Baby, I was born this way.
He then said, "Cole, you just became the most interesting man in the world." And then he said, "You and Noah need to talk about this more on your podcast because I don't think people understand how interesting that is."
Hey, Sean knows entertainment.
He does. That guy gets it.
He's
and
an entertainer.
honestly, I just felt on. I texted my wife later and I was like, "Did you know Sean Keith basically just said I am the most interesting man in the world?" And I don't know what to do
When
with
Sean
this.
gives you a compliment, it's like you really feel
I
it.
feel wildly honored. So I don't.
Also, we should have Sean on here. That would be cool.
That would be so fun. We should get Sean in one chair and Danny Woodhead in the other.
Oh my! What a podcast!
What a podcast! Please
We could leave.
We
Just do
could.
those two.
We'd just set him up and be like, "All right, go."
Have fun, guys.
Well, thanks
Speaking
for
of
being our
Danny
guest.
Woodhead, he last Wednesday, not as in 2 days ago, but last week, he made me some ribeye steak.
And
It was
good.
great. I'm not usually a ribeye guy, but it was really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't
Love it.
want to do this.
You should. You should. It's really fun. Okay.
It's really fun. It's really fun.
I will test. Here's
Your
what I
nose
want to
will
do.
hurt.
Here's what I want to do. I want to do the first one because it's not as bad. The second one is really bad. Okay. Technically, the second one, there's a little symbol on the top of the lid
You're
that
not supposed to have your eyes open.
you're not supposed to have your eyes open, and you're not even supposed to have it within a foot of your nose. You're just supposed to like waft it towards your face. All right. Now we tried that and it works. And then we said, yeah, but what if I put my nose right over it? And we tried that, and boy, was that awful. But it didn't kill us. So, all right, I've done them all. I think we should.
just do the big one.
You don't want to start with the big
It's
one.
fine.
You
I don't want to do two.
You don't.
Just do the big one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've got to move my mic because I'm probably gonna.
You
flail.
are gonna. It's gonna be bad. You might need to get up and run. Okay, if you need to get up and run, I understand.
You might have to just open it.
I will. I'll open it. I'll hold it, and I'll tell you to close your eyes. I'll say 3, 2, 1, and I'm just gonna run it in front of your nose.
Okay, don't put it right up to my nose.
I won't. I'll do like maybe 6 inches
That's
away
great.
from your nose.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
I can't wait for this. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be horrible.
All right, I'm opening it. This is scary.
I wonder if I'll be able to smell it from here.
You sure you want to start with a big one? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, those rocks are huge. Are you ready?
No.
No? Okay. Great.
I feel like I need to do this. I don't even.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh.
All right, eyes closed.
I just watched a compilation of people reacting to these, and they're never good. They're never good.
If you end up having to puke, can you do it maybe over there? That'd be good.
Listen, I'm gonna grab the trash can just in case. I don't think I'll puke, but you know what?
Noah's getting a trash can. He's worried about almost puking. He won't puke. He won't puke. Let us know if you've done smelling salts in the comments, by the way.
Already clearing my desk.
It's fun. I brought these to a youth overnight thing for the leaders when we did the deal. So a bunch of us would take a whiff right before we would bowl. Here you go.
These?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right.
God.
Are you,
I'm so nervous. I'm like sick, so I'm like, this is gonna set me back, or I'm gonna lose my sense of smell or something. I'm so worried.
you will not lose. If anything, you'll gain it.
Okay, sure.
There's no preparing. All right. You need to tell me when you're ready.
Just, yeah, sure. I was like thinking about this, and I was like, I'd be fine. I'm not fine. So this is how anxiety works. My brain is telling me right now, no, you're gonna lose your sense of smell, and you're gonna die.
Well, that won't happen. I can tell you that for sure.
If I do.
Here's what's
On pod, I
on
die.
pod. We killed Noah on pod.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, sure. Go
It's
ahead.
just gonna rush into your chest, and you're gonna go, "Ugh," and that's it. Ready?
Sure.
Okay. Deep breath in, just regular breath. Breathe out. Okay, here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in.
I can't smell anything.
Nothing? Oh
I
no.
think they
Are
died.
they old? Do I need to put some water in them? Because sometimes that's how that works.
I got
Shoot.
like a hint of burning, but
Did
it's,
you really?
well, I was also expecting death. So
Yeah, well, it used to be death.
I wonder if they go bad.
They must go bad.
Let me see. What a shame.
I know, right? I'm going to try this tiny one.
Contains ammonia.
It literally is ammonia. Okay, hang on. I'm going to do the little one. Oh, yeah. Nothing.
They must go bad.
Okay, I can feel that one a little, like right up on my nose.
You gotta shake them up.
The little one you had to put water in, so I wonder if a little water would reactivate it.
Back to being nervous again.
Let me hold it for you. No?
It's there, but it just smells like a janitor's cleaning closet. So.
Dang it! We'll have to get more
Well,
fresh
guys,
ones.
sorry for the build-up for dead. It is burning my nose a little.
Yeah,
it's not really there.
Oh! I can feel that one a little bit. I really want to put some water in there and see if it would make a difference. Well, I have water.
Hopefully this works, because that was a lot of build-up for... Or what if it's like we're just kings? We're just absolute legends.
That's not it.
We're absolute legends when it comes to this stuff.
All right, I poured a teeny tiny amount of water in there. I'm going to see if it did anything. Probably not.
No. You put it to your lips.
Nothing. Nothing. They're dead.
I mean,
that was fun.
I do have the smell of ammonia in my nose. I'm not going to lie to you. I do have that.
What a letdown. Sorry, guys.
lame
I'll
ending.
get new smelling salts and we'll try it again.
Yeah, and Cole actually will.
I will do it.
I wish he wouldn't, but he will.
It was a life-changing experience when it happened to me. So
Now the smell of ammonia is just sitting in my nose.
it'll go away eventually. The smell of ammonia will get out of your nose eventually.
What other things? Was that your final?
I don't actually. Let me see. I wrote down a lot of things. A lot of things. I got to pull up my notes.
Seeing how long we've been recording, we had to. This episode will come out a little late because I was sick when we were originally going to record. Not sick, but just like my nose would have been running. I would have been coughing every 5 seconds. And
It should come out later today, so we'll still hit our Friday.
nice.
Our Friday thingy.
I almost on today's episode. My plan was I was just going to drop what I got my wife for Christmas. But then I was like, somebody's going to let that slip too.
Yeah, you can't do
But I
that.
thought it would be really funny to
That's
do it.
a bad
because I'm just like
idea.
so confident she does not listen to me. Listen to this podcast. Oh, also, while you're looking at that, this is kind of cool. So this is just kind of a praise God moment that I thought about on the way
Praise
here.
the Lord.
Praise the Lord. So we thought we were going to end up having to pay like out of pocket for the remainder of like our house repair from when a tree fell on our house.
Yes.
So we thought we were going to owe like $1,000 out of pocket, and then the check that our insurance sent us was going to be like X amount, but it wasn't going to quite be enough, so we owe that money. And then the check they ended up sending was for more than that, and so now we owe nothing out of pocket.
That's
so
awesome.
praise God for that.
Praise Jesus.
Very cool.
Oh,
just
that's
a
so
little-
awesome.
A little random thing, but
Money is so
shout out the good
stressful.
Lord. Yeah, especially right around Christmas.
For real, dude. I feel all of that. We've got not like terrible things, but just like a significant amount of medical bills now because I had a shoulder surgery. Tessa broke her arm last year, was still paying on
my
that.
gosh.
We had all the appointments and stuff for Kylie's pregnancy and then the delivery.
Do you guys
and
do CHI or do you guys do national?
through our health insurance? I think we pay for the national option. This is a little in the weeds, but at the church we work at, we get a couple different options for health insurance. I think we went with national because we don't really use CHI. We do Methodist and Boys Town.
Same.
Yeah. So that's how that works.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
medical debt is the absolute worst.
Yeah, I
Because
hate
it's
it.
just amazing what gets paid for and what doesn't.
I heard a stat. I'm not going to quote it right, but basically like medical debt is like the number one form of debt that people are under. And it's like a significant amount. It's a huge amount. And it's frustrating. Like when I think about all the debt that we have had in our life, so much of it has been medical debt. And it's like, and that will probably continue to be a significant number until our kids are much older, assuming they don't have significant injuries, you know. And my daughter already broke her arm on the monkey bars. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Did she just fall and land on it?
She fell. So she fell from high up on the brand new playground at the school that she goes to, which is a private school, and broke her arm and was a total trooper about it. Like the teachers were like, is she just kind of milking this for attention? Because at first she just got up and kept playing. And then she was like, my arm hurts. Once more kids were paying attention to it. So for like 45 minutes, she's just kind of like has a broken elbow and a broken wrist, I think. And finally, I got called into the office because she just wasn't fine. And I get in there, and right away I was like, your whole forearm is swollen. Something is wrong inside your arm. We're going to the hospital.
Shout out Tessa.
Shout out to my daughter Tessa. So anyways, the whole reason I mentioned the brand new playground at the private school is because Andrew Hunt, I was talking to Andrew Hunt shortly after that. And he's an elder at the church. And he was like, you know what you should do? You should go up to Eric, who's the executive who oversees a lot of the school. He says, you go up to Eric and say, I own this school now. My daughter broke her arm on your brand new playground. I own this place.
I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue.
I thought that was really funny. We didn't. We never. We would.
No, obviously not.
Never. And now my daughter's stronger because of it.
Faulty monkey bars, sure. But
yeah, it wasn't. It was a faulty child.
No, for whatever reason, kids just love monkey bars. And when they're so small,
I get it.
You got to learn how to land. And you don't think that, if I land on my arm, I'll catch myself.
Yeah.
That's why, like, anytime I'm wrestling with my kids, I've had it happen where Keen or Nora will, like, reach out their arms to catch themselves. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't extend. If I'm throwing you on your back, don't extend your arms. I will protect you the whole way down. Keep your arms in front of you.
Yeah.
Do not put your arms back.
Yeah.
Like,
it's rough.
And you know where else I learned that from? Watching professional wrestling. So
I enjoy the trampoline we got for the kids because I have a more controlled like space where I can get them more and more used to a little bit larger ways to fall.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and like that was, I think, helped me a lot as a kid too. I had a trampoline growing up and it was so much fun, but even just the body awareness of like, I know how to flip my body around and spin around. And when I lose control, I know how to fall in a way. Yep. Now, trampoline is not the same as falling on the ground, but still to have control in the air.
Oh, I fell on my neck. That hurt a lot.
Yep. Exactly. It's also fun to just double bounce them and cave their knees out from under them.
Double bouncing is very fun.
It's great. It's a good time. So that was everything I know for sure I wanted to talk about. I have some other ideas, but I mean, we can always save those for another time. I was sad. I wanted to also get Krispy Kreme donuts and bring in some burgers and try the Krispy Kreme burger. Just didn't have time. So maybe on another pod, or maybe we could do it as a short, just like when we're hanging out.
Yeah, that's true.
We do that too.
Also,
but it's
Cole
coming.
and I are going to hang out tonight.
We are.
Well, not just Cole and I. Cole,
just the two
myself,
of us.
Yeah,
just the two of us.
We can hang out if we try. Just
and we're trying.
We're trying
real
not
hard.
Just Cole and I. It's our families as well.
There's a chance, but there may or may not be 10 other people there. I should let you know.
Hey, that's
it
fine.
was just going to be us, and then I was like, it would be fun if I invited the other Iowa fans in my life over, because it's the Husker Iowa game. That felt weird. Nebraska Iowa, Husker Hawkeyes. And I like the Huskers, and other people like the Hawkeyes, and I thought it'd be fun to have enemies in my house. So, but most of them all have plans, so probably not. I just got really invite happy.
Oh, how was Gladiator 2?
Gladiator 2 is fun. It is way more violent than the first one.
Noah Vance was very sad I haven't seen Gladiator. I wasn't able to go. Again, I didn't feel good, but also my wife picked up clients that night, so timing didn't work out. But
it was fun, very bloody. I went in with low expectations and really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. If I was like, okay, I'm looking for every plot hole in this story or every moment of like, that wasn't great writing, then I would have not enjoyed it as much. But,
how does this tie to the first one?
Spoilers. So the first one,
He's all about Russell Crowe's Maximus Decimus Meridius, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. He's, so the first one is like Maximus was in the army under Emperor, oh my gosh, Marcus Aurelius. And Aurelius has a son who's supposed to be the next ruler, except the son is kind of like a punk. And
that's Joaquin Phoenix.
Aurelius is like, Maximus, I'm going to make you emperor, actually. Well, his son finds out, and his son is like, that's dumb. So he kills his dad, and he has Aurelius basically like imprisoned. He becomes a gladiator. But nobody like knows he became a gladiator quite. And so the whole movie is him kind of like getting his honor back, and then eventually like everybody in the Colosseum loves Maximus as the gladiator. And then eventually that's when he gets his like whole scene where he's like, this is my name. And they're like, whoa, it's Maximus. And now the new emperor's like, I can't kill him. I want to, but everybody loves him, so that I might create a riot if I do. And so then they eventually duel, and Maximus wins, thus destroying the son who is ruling, and hopefully reinstating the like Aurelius's dream of Rome and what Rome can look like by taking power out of his corrupt son's hands, putting it into the next person's hands, which should have been him, but then he dies. He's got a wife who had a son named Lucius, but it's unclear who the father is for Lucius. And Gladiator 2 picks up the story after Lucius has grown all the way up, but he's been like on the run. And it's like mega spoilers if you care about this movie at all. But like it's basically like what happens when he grows up and he returns. He ends up becoming a gladiator and basically like takes over rule in Rome again, and it's in a lot of ways a very similar storyline, but really cool how they tied stuff together, and they reused a lot of old characters, and yes. I was impressed. Cool. I was impressed. So it was all right. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Enjoyable for sure. Should we give some recommendations?
We might as well. We're here. Also, my dad's been taking my recommendations.
Has he really?
He was listening to The Wildlife recently.
Wow.
The band I recommended most recently. Let's see. Recommendations. So, I will say for my recommendation, listen to another song by The Wildlife. This one is called Blood Orange.
Blood Orange.
It's a great song. It's very good. It's very catchy. It's got a cool chorus. That one. And then I would say watch your favorite Christmas movie.
I thought you were about to say watch your face.
Yeah, watch your face. Go in the mirror and just stare.
Just watch
for
your
a while.
Face.
No, go watch your favorite Christmas movie. And I realized today. Oh, also, if you need a Batman recommendation, watch Batman Returns. Technically a Christmas movie. So give that a watch. Or just watch the Batman. It's good year round. But your favorite Christmas movie. Then, eating wise, go try Hot Pot 88. I can't recommend it because I don't know anything about it, but it seems like a really cool idea. You get
it sounds neat
of hot food in front of you, and you dip some meat into it to cook it, and then you eat it with some rice. So go try Hot Pot 88. It's off of 132nd and Center ish.
Yeah.
So go try that. And tell me how it is.
So we can.
Before I do.
That's fair. Man, I haven't been listening to any new music lately.
Excuse me? Who needs new music? I almost said who nudes knee music.
Who needs knee music?
Who needs new music when you got what you enjoy? You know? Who nudes?
Lately. Wow. Who nudes?
Nude knee music, you know? Got them knees exposed.
Oh, man. I've been listening to a lot of Lawrence lately.
Lawrence.
I love a lot of the music Lawrence puts out. I had recommended to me that I would also recommend. Maybe I haven't mentioned them. There's a band called Couch. You should check out Couch. They're very funky, and I like it. A lot of good music there. Watching things I'd recommend for your eyes. check out Arcane. Actually, it's artistically really beautiful.
You're old enough to watch Arcane.
If you're old enough to watch it, it is mature. Viewer discretion is advised. If you want something that's not like, should I or should not watch this for like age reasons, there's I was staying up late after a workout just trying to calm my body down because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired and sweaty. I was watching something on National Geographic, which is in Disney Plus, and it's all about the tsunami that hit in like 2004. Had never heard of this. Actually, I was like, there was a tsunami.
There's a whole movie made about
in
that.
2004?
Tom Holland was in it.
Oh, really? I did see. I didn't know.
A very young boy, Tom Holland.
Completely unaware, ignorant person that I was. They've got like a documentary on it in Disney Plus through National Geographic, and it is like fascinating and heartbreaking because they're interviewing people who were like, yeah, we were just hanging out in Indonesia or whatever. We were on a family vacation, and then all of a sudden there was a massive wave hurtling towards us, and we just started to run. And I never saw this person in my family ever again. Like crazy stuff like that. And they've got a ton of footage. Fascinating, heartbreaking, real life. Maybe I recommend that over Arcane. You should check that out. Tsunamis. So there you go. Food. Eat some leftovers because I know you've got them.
Or eat some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's very good.
That's also good. Or beans. Because we haven't talked about
we gotta
beans.
Get those beans per capita
Guys,
up, ladies and
we
gentlemen.
haven't given up on beans.
I ate some
Get the
beans
beans
earlier
up.
this week. Not in my favorite way. They were in some like minestrone soup. There weren't nearly enough beans in there.
Sure.
But I did have chili recently. That got the beans up for sure. Haven't had Chipotle in a while. That could really drive up the black bean numbers.
Wow.
So if you go to Chipotle or eat chili, make sure you get an obscene amount of beans.
Yes.
Because
all
we
the
got to get
beans.
those numbers up. Q4 2024, we got to close out strong.
Our beans per capita numbers have honestly
They're a little low.
We haven't been promoting it, and that's our fault. And
Yeah,
we're so sorry.
It is on us, entirely on us. So
I think I'm getting a headache from the ammonia a little bit. I feel it moving
it's like an old like ammonia. It's messing with my nose.
a little bit.
It's not waking me up, but it's like I'm here.
I'm definitely gonna Google and see if it's a bad idea to smell old smelling salts, and is that bad for your body? Because I didn't think about that, and I hope we're okay.
It's the ghost of ammonia past.
That's good. That's good.
Well, on that note, everybody, we'll see you next time.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. But we'll have another episode out before Christmas.
We sure will.
We'll have numerous episodes out.
That's right.
Also, who knows? Maybe we'll wear shock collars or muscle tensors to record a podcast. That would be funny.
Where did that come from?
I thought of it for a pre-service video. I think it would be very funny.
That would be funny,
Just
actually.
periodically, like, especially if we had somebody in here, we just have the muscle tensors and somebody hits a button and we're like, my recommendation, and we're just like freaking out. That would be very funny.
That'd be really funny. That's
So,
when we need a guest.
anyways, that's all, everybody. See ya.